Hello everyone, this is Mannat Jagia. Today let us talk about a very important American writer, Ernest Hemingway. Ernest Miller Hemingway was born on 21st of July 1899 in a very small town in the United States of America. His father, Dr. Clarence Edmonds, was a famous gynecologist, and his mother, Grace Hemingway, was fond of singing and painting. His parents were extremely religious, and he was highly influenced by his parents. Even his grandfather, Mr. Anson Hemingway, used to serve in the army, and it was his grandfather, Mr. Anson Hemingway, who introduced him with weapons of violence and war. At school, he participated in various curricular activities very actively. He completed his study in 1917 and then he went to live with his uncle at Kansas City. Why I'm telling you all these biographical details which are not so important because all his works will concern events from his own life. He worked as a reporter with Kansas City Star. He wanted actually to participate in the war because he was so influenced by his grandfather as well. Fortunately, in May 1918, he was made an honorary lieutenant. He wanted to have some adventure in life, so soon he left and got bored of this job as well because he used to drive ambulances in the war, in the military. Later, he did the job of carrying mails and chocolates for the soldiers on the front. After a few days, he was seriously wounded and then he had to be carried to the Red Cross hospital. He remained there for approximately 3 months and there he fell in love with Agnes Kurowski, an American Red Cross nurse. He has won many awards, many gallantry awards for his voluntary series. His beloved Agnes married an Italian major, and so he was left devastated, unhappy, and hence he returned to USA. And later he married in September 1921 with another Italian lady. Now let us talk about his literary career and works. Now, Hemingway has been called as one of the most highly attributed authors, having written and published 10 novels, 10 collections of short stories, and 3 autobiographies. The 3 main novels of Hemingway are For Whom the Bell Tolls, published 1940, The Sun Also Rises, 1926, and The Old Man and the Sea, published 1952. You must have studied The Old Man and the Sea in your BA or your MA. The Sun Also Rises. Let me talk about these 3 novels, these 3 major novels. The Sun Also Rises is about a group of Americans living in Paris in the 20s, and this novel gave an understandable and clear insight into the post-war generations. That is why I told you that Hemingway's life is very much concerned with his works, very much related to his works. Hence, you should know about the biographical details of Ernest Hemingway because you will see his love life, his life at the war front, his life as a lieutenant, his life as serving meals and chocolates to soldiers. Everything of his life has been portrayed in many of his novels. So, The Sun Also Rises basically is about this group of Americans, expatriate Americans living in Paris in the 20s, and the novel gives us a clear understanding of the post war time. This is considered Hemingway's best work of fiction. The next novel that I would like to talk about is For Whom the Bell Tolls. This particular novel was published in 1940 and it tells the story of a soldier in the Spanish Civil War, how he falls in love and hate as well, his victories. The novel was a great success and 500,000 copies of this were sold in less than 2 months. Hemingway was also nominated for Pulitzer Prize after this novel's success, and Hemingway noted it as his own literary triumph. Now, his last novel, The Old Man and the Sea, was his greatest success, and you all know the story of The Old Man and the Sea. It is a novella actually. It's a very small novel. It told the story of an old master fisherman living in Cuba and his battle with the largest catch of his life, a giant marlin. Now, this particular novel, The Old Man and the Sea, won the Pulitzer Prize for Ernest Hemingway in 1952. Not only that, but he also won the Award of Merit Medal for the novel by the American Academy of Arts and also Nobel Prize in Literature in 1954. So The Old Man and the Sea is his greatest success. Now, other few novels that Hemingway has written are The Torrents of Spring, 1926, Fiesta, which is also called as The Sun Also Rises. Another name is Fiesta, published 1926. Then A Farewell to Arms, 1929. To Have and Have Not, published 1937. For Whom the Bell Tolls, published 1940. Across the River and Into the Trees, published 1950. The Old Man and the Sea, I've already discussed this, 1952. And Island in the Stream, published 1970. The publishing years of all these novels are very important because there are these few novels that Hemingway has written. So you must remember the publishing years because a chronological order kind question can be asked. There are other short stories that he has written that you should remember the titles. 3 Stories and 10 Poems is a collection, published 1923. In Our Times, published 1925. Men Without Women, published 1927. Winner Taking Nothing, published 1933. The First 49 Stories, published 1938. And The Slows of Kilimanjaro. So these are some of the short stories that Hemingway has written. This considerable information is enough for you to prepare on your own for Ernest Hemingway. So you can just work on these novels, a little bit information about these novels, and you are all set for this American writer, Ernest Hemingway. So that's all about Ernest Hemingway. Thank you.